Hi there, I'm Steve Gabrilos. I'm a licensed pharmacist in Ontario. I'm also the owner of Easttown Pharmacy in Windsor, Ontario, located at the corner of Tecumseh Road and Lozon Road next to Food Basics. Today we're having a huge winter storm out there. I don't have very many customers or patients coming in, so I thought it'd be a perfect opportunity to make a little video and have it go up on my new YouTube channel, Phytopharmacist. So today I want to talk about the new food guide, which was released last week, Canada's new food guide. Just right off the bat, I think Canada's new food guide is a huge step in the right direction, and it'll no doubtly help all Canadians with their health and well-being. The Canada's new food guide takes the place of the old food guide, which was in existence for I think 10 to 12 years, which featured the rainbows on it, along with the 4 main food groups, and also the number of servings that Canadians were supposed to have. The new food guide features a plate broken down into 4 sections, and it just makes generalized recommendations as to the types of food we should have. For example, it's broken down into fruits, into vegetables, into whole grains, and into proteins. And what's interesting is the proteins that it recommends more are the plant-based proteins as opposed to the animal, the meat, and dairy. In addition to that, it also recommends eliminating all fruit juices with the water being the drink of choice. Along with that, the Canada's food guide also recommends that people cook more at home as opposed to eating out in fast food restaurants. It also recommends that people try to eat with family or friends. And I think finally it also recommends minimizing the amount of alcohol that people drink, because alcohol is full of sugar and full of empty calories. In my first introductory video, I talked about people living in the blue zones. People living in the blue zones live healthfully into their 80s, 90s, and 100s, whereas North American residents can live into their 80s, 90s, and sometimes 100s. But unfortunately, the last 10 or 15 years are spent being very ill and very sick, and they're kept alive by prescription drugs and by medical interventions. It's an unfortunate situation, but of course, it is the truth. And people living in the blue zones, on the other hand, most of the people live very healthfully into those years. And the reason for that is because their diet is based 95% on plant sources, on plant-based foods. They have animal-based foods like dairy and eggs and meat, but to a very, very small extent, like maybe 5 to 10% of the time. And as well as their oil, they decrease their oil to a very small amount. Places in the world that have people living to their 80s, 90s, and 100s are, for example, in Okinawa, Japan, in areas of rural China, in Icaria, Greece, in Sardinia, Italy, in the Nicoya Peninsula of Costa Rica, in Loma Linda, California. As a matter of fact, there's a Seventh-day Adventists which follow a primarily plant-based diet, and also in the Tarahumara mountains of Mexico. So, we're not at the plant-based diet yet, but I think this has been a huge step in the right direction. As I said, I really like to see our institutions, our educational institutions, our hospitals incorporate the new food guide into what they feed the children at school and what they feed the patients in the hospitals. So have a look at it online. If you haven't seen it already, it's available everywhere on the Health Canada website. There's a lot of interesting articles about the food guide, a lot of favorable articles and a lot of unfavorable articles that are mainly due to the business aspect, because the animal agriculture industry was not called to the table. This food guide was actually based on nutritional science and science alone. So that's why I think it speaks volume that people try to incorporate this food guide into their daily living, into their daily diet. And I think it will help tremendously to decrease and hopefully reverse the tide of medical illnesses going on today. So that's it. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do like it and you want to hear more videos, hit like and subscribe, and we'll get you more videos out one at a time. Thank you.